We are almost halfway into 2019, and where on one hand there have been a fair share of impressive and compelling films, there have been huge disappointments as well as forgettable films. We had previously discussed a few projects that had been lined up in 2020, and the scale at which they are producing some highly risky films. At the start of 2019, we made a video predicting the worst Bollywood movies of 2019, and guys, we can proudly say from the movies that have released, we have been very accurate. So I assume just for fun, why wouldn't it be interesting looking at all the information we already have, the premise that the movie is going to focus on, and the stars that will feature in them, taking into account their past financial performances? Let's predict which project next year are going to take in the maximum moolah. So here is Tried&Refused Productions with Bollywood movies in 2020 that will break all box office records. Before I start the list, I also have to make sure you guys know that I have not put some of the biggest productions of 2020, which include Takht and Brahmastra. The reason for my skepticism or doubts with this film is because of the fate of Kalank. Abhishek Varman, only known for 2 states, directing an ensemble cast and of monumental scale, which failed creatively and did not reach the projected numbers. Karan Johar transitioning to a genre with Takht that he has never tried before. And finally, Ayan Mukherjee, known for either love or coming of age stories, doing a large-scale fantasy superhero movie already set to be a trilogy. I have too many doubts on whether these projects will work. So let's get to what I'm definitely sure of. So here it goes. Lal Singh Chadda. Where did this come from, how it all transpired, and the amount of intrigue and curiosity this project has developed within me since its announcement is quite astounding. So everyone was very keen on understanding what is going to be Aamir Khan's next move after the disastrous performance and execution of Thugs of Hindustan. You could see the regret and sadness of the actor with the multiple interviews he gave after the movie tanked, talking about how he puts his heart and soul in a project, and when the desired result doesn't transpire, he genuinely feels gutted. And then this announcement popped up that in December 2020, Aamir Khan is going to feature in a Forrest Gump adaptation directed by secret superstar director Advait Chandan, and the movie, which will be written by Atul Kulkarni. Aamir Khan bought the rights for the Hindi remake of Forrest Gump from Paramount Pictures and is already in the process of prepping for the role, telling in an interview that he has to lose close to 20 kilos for the movie, how they will develop an Indian story crossing over several decades, and the character being an active part of national and international historical events is going to be a monumental task at hand. Knowing, however, Aamir on the path to prove himself again and the capable director at hand, this seems like the perfect recipe for a big production blockbuster and a perfect pedestal for Khan to prove himself as a capable actor. Bhuj, the Pride of India. A movie that I feel will connect with the masses just because of its story is the Bhushan Kumar produced movie titled Bhuj, the Pride of India. The movie is going to be directed by television writer and director Abhishek Dudhaiya and is going to feature a cast including Ajay Devgan, Sanjay Dutt, Rana Daggubati, Immi Virk, Sonakshi Sinha and Parineeti Chopra. The story is based on how 300 Bhuj villagers, mostly women, risked their lives during the 1971 India-Pakistan war and aided the Indian Air Force to rebuild the heavily bombed and damaged Bhuj airstrip within 72 hours. The intense labor and efficient execution helped in making the Indian combat aircraft take off and combat the opposing forces. The area being under constant threat, the laborers were signaled with sirens when the coast was clear or when Pakistani forces were incoming. Barely any arrangements of food and water, and despite all of that, resilient and brave. The story, in my opinion, is perfectly designed to be showcased on the big screen. A story the masses should know about and people who should be celebrated and become household names. 83. See, when it comes to Indians, there are 2 topics which will always lead to great numbers storming into theatres. One is anything that has a national impact and is a part of Indian history. Basically, most of the recent movies featuring Akshay Kumar and John Abraham. And second, cricket, a sport everyone is obsessed with. So the Kabir Khan directed movie 83, based on the Indian cricket team winning the World Cup for the first time under the leadership of Kapil Dev, is bound to be a massive success. The fact that you've already roped in actors like Ranveer Singh playing Kapil Dev, Tahir Raj Bhasin playing Sunil Gavaskar, Saqib Salim as Mohinder Amarnath, Jeeva playing Shrikant, and the hands-on one-on-one training the actors are taking with the legends themselves, I really have no doubt in my mind that this movie is doing the research required, and knowing Kabir Khan and his capability, the movie is definitely going to rake in a lot of revenue in the box office. Surya. See, no matter how much people criticize the over-the-top nature of his movies and the constantly flipping cars in his films, Rohit Shetty has proven time and time again that he knows how to sell a movie to the Indian audience. From Chennai Express, the Golmaal franchise, and finally to the Singham universe, the movies have raked in massive numbers in the box office. So his scheduled 2020 release titled Surya, which stars possibly one of the biggest stars of Hindi cinema, Akshay Kumar alongside Katrina Kaif, and the lead is portraying the role of the chief of an anti-terrorism squad, we know that the inevitable Rohit Shetty elements are going to feature in the film. And despite all of that, this will be a blockbuster. It will have the cheesy one-liners, the hard-hitting dance numbers, and the beyond realistic action sequences. But the masses will eat it up and just be enamored, knowing very well that Singham and Simba are going to do a cameo, and all the single-screen theaters will hoot and cheer as Shetty will sign off with another massive hit under his belt. He is going to hate, but his formula works. Krrish 4, one of the most highly anticipated movies of 2020, has to be the most successful superhero franchise of Hindi cinema. Krrish, starring Hrithik Roshan, which will be directed by Rakesh Roshan and according to the director's Twitter, is slated to be released at the end of 2020 and possibly might even clash with Aamir Khan's ambitious Lal Singh Chadda. With Hrithik Roshan's Instagram just talking about the fear and doubts he had when the first movie transitioned into development, hinted very clearly that he is in the process of recovering to his best physical and mental ability and put his best foot forward for Krrish 4. There is very limited information that is available on the new project, but in terms of the hints provided, maybe even the return of our very own Jadoo might be possible. This is a remastered photograph by my very good friend that I've previously worked with, Shaktiman, that is remastered Krrish sort of being in a Super Saiyan-like form, which I'm sure would work perfectly in this installment. The man is quite the talented dude. You will not regret following him on YouTube and Instagram to see the craziest videos that he makes. We will only have to wait and see in the coming months what the movie might be about. But one thing's for sure, when the movie hits theaters, it's bound to be a success. Taking into account it's been 6 years since the last installment, the crazy revenue it made, and the kids love the superhero. So families are bound to go into theaters across the country. Inshallah. One of the most interesting and anticipated projects of 2020 also includes Sanjay Leela Bhansali's next directorial venture titled Inshallah. The director has cast the unconventional duo of Salman Khan and Alia Bhatt, and the skepticism on the odd pairing has led to his explanation that it makes sense with respect to the premise he is focusing on. The interesting aspect is that the director is not doing an intense period drama this time, but actually focusing on a modern day love story. There are two things that lead me to believe that the financial performance of this venture will be fruitful. 1. Bhansali's financial track record with the past 3 ventures has been outstanding, and every movie that he has directed and has cast Salman Khan as the lead, which includes Khamoshi and Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam, has been some of his most celebrated work. We will only have to wait and see what Bhansali truly has in store with this unconventional 2020 project. And that was the video, guys. Write it down in the comments below what you think will be a hit in 2020. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle is right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.